Hi everyone, Jana here. So I have a new tutorial for you, and it's a digital scrapbooking page if you have vacation memories like I have here of a recent trip. So great way to do that. I'm here using Photoshop, but really what I'm doing here, you can use in any program if you have Affinity Photo or any program that has possibility of using masking, and you can pretty much do what I'm doing here. So no big deal. I'm here using a kit from Lynn Griffson. So she has this new kit that is water theme, and I thought was great with the new vacation that we had. And I just want to say to you that sometimes preserving the memories not just for others but for yourself. And for us, I think what we get is not just the um, recording of the memory, but also, you know, the time that we are being creative and the time that we spend doing this is relaxing, and we are not thinking about problems, and we are, doing something that activates our brain. So I think the process is more important than the page itself. I mean, it's great to have a great things page for you to give to your friends or family, but I believe the process here is more important. So as you could see, he was on. We were in an underground tunnel that you can see the fish in this resort, and I wanted to give a more bluish tone. So what I did here, just put a gradient adjustment on top, and I clipped to the picture, and I'm using a blend mode. When you're using this technique, you can see whatever blend mode is better for you. So I did that separate, not in the layout. So then, once that is done, I make a copy of the picture and send to the layout. And then I can close that picture. I'm using here my water blends brush. I think it goes really well with water theme because they are very soft, and they create the kind of effect that I wanted. What we're gonna do here is my traditional technique of blending papers, as trying to use as many fun papers as I can, also to keep the layout interesting and with textures. So that's what we are gonna be doing. So I'm gonna create a clippy mask. I did a little bit of vibrance adjustment there, and I brushed a little bit just on top of his face and his belly. I'm not sure that was clear in the video there, but that's what I did. But that is totally depends on the pictures that you're gonna have. So here, as you can see, I created a clippy mask, and I have a group because again I had that vibrance adjustment layer, so I put everything in the group and I mask in the group. And I also wanted to apologize for the noise because it's holiday when I'm recording this, and dogs decide to bark when I'm filming. So I wanted this to be soft in the edges, and so you're gonna see that I'm focused on his body to show more his body, and then we're gonna to make the edges soft, because what I really want later is that this picture actually blends with the background, because I want to seem like this is really well blended, but like it comes from the background. That's what I'm trying to say. So, and what I do here, and that's why I love clipping masks, is not clipping masks, but layer masks, is because you can see that I back and forth, because as I see the edge, I'm like, oh, I did too much, then I drew too little, then I go back and forth. Here I'm just trying different brushes because I want to test the edges that I want. I want to find a brush that has a softer edge. So what I'm using here in this set, because I have dynamic brushes and I have stem brushes. So what I'm doing there is I was searching for a stem brush that gives me the soft edge, so then I can just stamp in the mask. So here I use bridge to see my all the things that I have. I think it's a great way to see all your supplies. And bridge, again, it comes with Photoshop if you have the photo plan, which is just $10. It comes with Lightroom, Photoshop, and bridge, so you don't pay anything extra for that. So here, as you can see, I am now gonna again clip the paper. I reduce a little bit of the opacity of the brush, so that's also what I use a lot. I never work, when I'm doing this kind of blending background, I never work with 100% opacity in the brush. Sometimes I also diminish 20% on the flow of the brush. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check for the video that I have on the channel. I'm gonna link that about flow and opacity, and I explained that a little bit on that video in more detail. So from now on, I think, you can see here, I'm just trying, I got another blue paper, and you can see there, I'm reducing the flow. And the great thing about masking again is because, okay, that flow was too much, I can just go ahead, remove from the mask with white, and keep going. So I'm looking here now, that comes the final part of the layout, which is blend more pictures. Actually, not the final yet. So I had this, what I thought is that I took all these pictures from inside the tank, and I thought would be cool to like blend them, so not just I would have many pictures on the vacation, but it would seem that he was not just looking at that fish, but he was actually inside that tank. But that tank also has all these great textures. So I'm like, oh, this would be great. So I started masking not the total picture, but pieces like the fish and that kind of rusted wheel. So I wanted these things to appear in the layout. So that is something that you can see with your pictures. If you are on a garden, you're visiting a museum, and usually we take tons of pictures, see parts of the places that you were that you can accomplish just putting details of the pictures there, right? As you can see here, I'm blending everything, but not everything there is actually the pictures. Some of them I'm just blended that blue paper, and it just seemed that everything is a big aquarium. But at the same time, we can see textures, right? There are textures and marks and everything like that. So I certainly will be using this over and over again. And again, more artifacts from other pictures, and I'm doing that. I'm here just correcting the vibrance again, because again, these are taken through tanks, and the place is dark because you are underground. And this is in Bahamas, and they have this great tunnel that you go and you can see all these huge tanks. So again, the same work, I'm gonna blend, find a dynamic brush on that set, and blend, and you can see how it blends well with that paper, that blue mixed media paper that we blended before. Okay, but at the same time, you can see marks from the other paper. You can see the orange marks, you can see other marks there. Okay? Finally, I'm gonna put the last detail. So again, I'm not a person that uses a lot of elements. I don't do a lot of clustering. This is kind of another set of style. But if you do, that's okay. And that's the time to put. After you do all your blend work, then you can work on elements. You can see there I'm looking for the right position of the elements. Because I did in this layout in particular so much work blending and showing these pieces of my pictures in the tank, I don't want to, of course, to now cover with elements. So I'm just gonna put little bit something here and there, and that's it. And I'm going to create the word art at the end. I'm just putting more. I'm gonna use a blend mode here so we can incorporate more. And as you can see, I have blended pictures and I have textures. And that worked great. Again, settle textures. I'm not looking for something that is 3D or anything like that. I'm looking for settle textures because I want him to be the focal point in this layout. I always like to put a word art, but I didn't want to put like a paper word art, so I decided to write my own word art, and that's what I'm gonna do to finish the layout. I'm gonna just write, trying to find the right font. I have an extreme amount of fonts, so sometimes it takes me a while. It's embarrassing, but I do have a lot of fonts, but also because I create designs as well. Um, so that's how I'm gonna end. I'm just gonna end with text. I'm gonna put my own text styles, and then I'm gonna finish the layout. You can find all the links underneath. If you want some template freebies, you can also see that in the elements, and I'll put this link from Lynn Grimson in the comments. I would like to know, what did you think about it, and if you're gonna try this technique, leave a comment, and don't forget to give a thumbs up. That helps a lot to spread the video. So I appreciate you being here and watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.